Genesis, the first book of the Bible. My God. 41 verse 54. You know, I've been really in prayer now that I'm settled, seeking God for the right word for the right time and in the time that we're living in. So I was telling Pastor Champion, even as me and my wife was talking a little bit, I want to share this to my members, especially those that's in covenant. I know that the spiritual warfare, it has increased in the world and especially in the church, this church. Let me tell you why I say that. Of course, I know, and if you're spending time with God, you should know that there's people in your life that you're not doing things with that you used to do. There's places that you're not going. Come on, there's conversations and phone calls that you're no longer receiving, my God, and different things, my God. And when you begin to stop doing the things that you are accustomed to doing, especially that was against God, the enemy don't like that. And so it's the enemy's job. Listen to me, church. It is the enemy's job. When you start backing up out of the things that you used to allow him to do in your life, when you make a decision to stop doing those things, the enemy is upset. And then one of the things that he will do when he's trying to keep dominion over a life, watch my verbiage, when he's trying to keep dominion, that means control, over a life, over a territory, over a situation, he will increase spiritual warfare. Things, my God, that was running smooth, all of a sudden now you got a lot of turbulence in your life. Relationships that was real smooth, now it's a turbulent now. Come on, somebody. And so you have to recognize what's going on, my God, in your life. And I know that ain't nobody, man, especially at this church, but the devil, because too many people's lives are being affected, my God. I look at some of my first-time guests and I'm seeing the tears and stuff run down your eyes. I wonder when the last time you've been in church and you really had an encounter with God like you just had this afternoon, my God. I wonder when the last time you came into the presence of the Lord like you came here today, my God, and you're going to walk up out here, my God, impacted, my God. Oh, my God, with renewed strength, my God, to be better than what you was on yesterday. And when you start making headway, when you start making progress, son, in the kingdom, the devil is going to do everything that he can, oh, my God, to try to disrupt, distract, and discourage you, my God. You better sign up and buckle up your boots and get ready, because it's going down inside this church, my God, because the enemy is highly upset, especially if this pastor and this first lady, because too many people's lives are being affected in this church. Do I got a witness inside of Going Home for Christ Church? And so I'm starting to see the distractions. I'm starting to see things that's happening, even stuff happening before church. Different situations, different people coming up into the church, different things happening, my God, trying to distract. I told Pastor Champ, take care of it immediately. The enemy is trying to distract, he's trying to divert our attention, he's trying to rob our focus. Come on, somebody, I'm talking to the church, I'm trying to settle your spirit. I know what man in the spirit, my God, so you got to pay attention to the distractions, pay attention to the things that's going on in your life. The stuff that was running smooth, all of a sudden ain't running smooth no more. Thank you, woman of God, for agreeing with me. There is spiritual warfare going on in this church. The enemy is upset at what's going on in this church. Too many people are getting free. You ain't smoking, you ain't whoring around no more, you ain't drinking, you ain't clubbing, and the devil don't like it. I can't get nobody to say nothing right there. And so it's my job as the shepherd to protect the sheep by any means necessary. Because the sheep is looking to the shepherd. Do I got a witness out there? Not only is he looking to the shepherd, looking to the shepherds to make sure, my God, because sheep, if you look at it in the natural, they're very spooky and very scary, and they get scared real easily. And so, my God, I got to make sure that I'm settled. I got to make sure that she's settled so they can keep you settled. And so I'm warning you now. The Bible says God give warning before destruction. I'm telling you, we in major warfare, so you better increase your prayer life. You better watch what you're going. You better watch what you're doing. You better watch who you're talking to, because the enemy is trying to kill you, because he's so trying to kill me. I got people coming against me that I would have never thought come against me. People I grown up with, ain't never had no problems with. Now they get their mouth all on me. That's warfare. I ain't mad at them. I'm mad at the devil because they terrified of me. I'm trying to warn you. Spirit of God told me to tell you, my God, everything that ain't planted ain't gonna make it, Shabbat. Church attendance ain't gonna get it. Everything ain't gonna plant it, gonna get picked off. Everything that's not planted will get picked off. I ain't just talking about our church, I'm talking about in life in general. If you don't guard your life, you'll find yourself back entangled with things that you was once free from. So you got to say, God, it is my job to train you how to do warfare. We got too many cracks in our armor. We got on the armor, God, but it's too many cracks in it. Enemy got too much access. Even though we got armor, we dress for the war, but we got cracks. Oh my God, cracks in our armor. We too unhealthy, my God. We got too much stuff going on, too bitter. My God, we got too much going on, my God, that gives the enemy legal access to come. Anywhere there's darkness, anywhere there's unforgiveness, anywhere there's bitterness, my God, you and you give the enemy legal access to come in and out. You got to close the door on the enemy. You got to drive the enemy up at your life, church. Woo, I'm trying to help you. I didn't come to preach you happy. I come to warn you for this warfare called life. Some things is just life, baby. You got to get ready for life. Life ain't gonna get no better. Life gonna get harder, my God. We living in some cold-blooded times, baby. Oh my God, you better be making decisions that's gonna help you last. Oh my God. So I told Pastor Champ I was gonna make sure that I speak what the Spirit of God gave me this morning. Warfare. And then when we begin to encounter stuff, God confirmed, Pastor Champ, exactly what he showed me when he woke me up at 5 this morning. The church is going deeper to my spiritual maturity. It's going deeper into warfare. The more you go in God, the more warfare is increased. Need my leaders to make sure that you're praying. I need those that's connected to a 12 to make sure you're properly connected. Make sure you're growing in the dark. Make sure you're spending time in prayer. Increase your prayer life. Increase your prayer life. Cover your children. Cover your children. Cover your grandchildren. Because if he can't get you, he's coming after your children. And if he can't get your children, he's coming after your grandchildren. Y'all better hear me in the spirit, my God. Y'all better quit doing church and start doing Christ, baby. Oh, my God. The devil is a lie. That's not trying to scare anyone. That's trying to protect you and warn you. I can't do it for you. She can't do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. Genesis chapter 41, starting at verse 54, reading from the New Living Translation. It says, then the 7 years of famine began, just as Joseph had predicted. The famine also struck all the surrounding countries. But throughout Egypt, there was plenty of food. God knows how to sustain you in the midst of a famine. All the other countries around Egypt, come on, was in a famine. But God made sure that his people, I really didn't get that until last night when I was reading at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's when he showed it to me. Oh my God, my God. Eventually, however, verse 55, the famine spread throughout the land of Egypt as well. And when the people cried out to Pharaoh for food, he told them, go to Joseph and do whatever he tells you. That means follow instructions, y'all. Quit trying to do it the way you want to do it. The king told him, go to Joseph, the man that I have placed in charge, and do whatever he told you. If you do what God tell you, if you do what the Bible tell you, quit going about what the world say. Quit going about what you think you know and find out what God is saying about your situation. If you do it God's way, you'll get the results. I promise you. Man, do whatever he tells you. And when the people cried out, he told them to go to Joseph and do whatever he tells you. Verse 56 said, so with severe famine everywhere, Joseph opened up the storehouses and distributed grain to the Egyptians, for the famine was severe throughout the land of Egypt. And people from all around came to Egypt to buy grain from Joseph, because the famine was severe throughout the world. Oh my God, God has sent a severe famine to get your attention. Said people came from all around the world. I'm going somewhere, I promise you. I ain't even going to try to finish. I got one point and I'm going to get on out your way. Verse 40, chapter 42 says, when Jacob heard that grain was available in Egypt, he said to his sons, why are you standing around and looking at one another? I've heard that there is grain in Egypt. Go down there, and buy enough grain to keep us alive. Otherwise, we will die. So Joseph's 10 older brothers went down to Egypt to buy grain. But Jacob wouldn't let Joseph's younger brother Benjamin go with them, for fear some harm might come to him. So Jacob's sons arrived in Egypt along with others to buy food, for the famine was in Canaan as well. My God, it went all the way into the promised land. So Joseph was governor of all Egypt and in charge of selling grain to all the people. It was to him that his brothers came. When they arrived, they bowed before him with their faces to the ground. Joseph recognized his brothers instantly, and he pretended to be a stranger and spoke harshly to them. Where are you from? He demanded. From the land of Canaan. They replied, we have come to buy food. Verse 8. Although Joseph recognized his brothers, they did not recognize him. God can hide you. People can see you and not even know you. You can look right at you, don't even know you. Dirty guys, they looking right at you, don't even know you. Come on, somebody, God will hide you. Father God, I thank you for the few minutes. Teach with substance, Lord. Thank you for the spirit that's in the house. Help the people, God. That's my motive. It's all about you, Lord. It ain't about me. It's about you. I just want to see the people free. I just want to see the people operate in kingdom dominion. My heart is right and my heart is focused. And so, Father God, meet their needs. Speak, Lord, what you would have me to say. Hide me behind the cross and bring deliverance. Unlock what the people need today. Let them walk out of here empowered, saying that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. In Jesus' holy name we pray. Let us all say amen. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. As I also have been praying and thinking about some of the issues and things that has happened on last Sunday, we well aware of the major shooting that took place and so forth. My God, and Minister Teresa, my daughter, my God, spoke, my God, this past Wednesday. Come on, let's give God a hand for Minister Teresa. I want to encourage you, my God. We have some strong Bible study here at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, 6 o'clock prayer, then 7 o'clock, my God, Bible study. It is powerful. But she said something that dropped in my spirit. She said the devil is trying to keep the saints away from the church through the spirit of fear. The enemy is now attacking and is attacking the church, my God, rapidly here in America. We used to hearing all the stuff that's going on with Christians in other countries, and now, my God, it is becoming more rapid here in America. And she said the enemy is trying to keep the people away from the church. And so I began to ask myself, what would make someone do something like that? And so the Spirit of God gave me a word. And the title of this sermon is Restore My Conscience. Yes. Restore my conscience. About 21 years have passed since Joseph was sold by his brothers into slavery. I got to do just a little reading to lay this point. Y'all just bear with me. 21 years have passed since Joseph was sold by his brothers. Keep in mind, he was sold by his own flesh and blood. Warfare. Loved ones coming against you. Children turning away from you. Your voice no longer matter. Kids pulling guns on parents. Kids cussing out their mamas and daddies. My grandma would have knocked my head off. Much has happened in Joseph's life since that time. There have been many valleys, church, as I taught y'all last Sunday, in trials in Joseph's life. There have been many mountains as well as victories. The boy, talking about Joseph, had become a man. The slave has become the prime minister or the governor. This passage allows us to see many of the events in this man's life come full circle. Just hold on. God got you, I promise you. Something may be on top of you now, but if you keep walking, it'll be up under your feet later if you stay with God. Events have a way of coming full circle. Yeah, my God, Joseph sees his brothers again after 21 years. Somebody say 21. 21. The last time they met, Joseph was the one at a disadvantage. His brothers treated him roughly and cast him into a pit. This time, the shoe was on the other foot. This time, they are treated roughly and they are thrown into prisons. So I want to talk about, my God, the conscience and what the conscience is. Y'all stay with me. The dictionary defines the conscience as an inner sense of what is right and wrong in one's conduct and motives. So the first thing you and I have to do, this afternoon, while you're here and while I got your attention, what's your motive? Yeah. Why did you get up out of bed and come to church today? Duh. I came to church because I'm supposed to go to church. I came to church because I want to worship God. Okay, that's all the religious external things to do. But why did you, again, get up out your bed, get dressed, and come to church? What's your motive? Yeah. Good. The conscience is a gift from God to all men. Write down Proverbs for my note takers 20, verse 27. The word says, the Lord's light penetrates, that's the spirit, the human spirit, exposing every hidden motive. See, one thing about God, he deals with the motives. So if I go down here and kiss my wife in front of everybody, of course I know I have that right because she's mine. And if I go over here and shake Virgil's hand, in the natural, y'all stay with me, y'all. In the natural, this is a respectable thing to do. In the natural. But God is saying, why did you do that? Did you do it because you really care about him and you want to know how he's doing? Or did you do it because you want people? I'm coming right down your street. What was your motive? It's what God is saying. What was my motive for doing this? Because I can do this. Amen, son. I love when God confirms his word to people. I can do this and don't care nothing about him. So I'm trying to get you to understand. We're talking about the conscience. I'm going somewhere, Sister Jackie. I know you know your pastor going somewhere. So you got to ask yourself, what is your motive? So to those that's dating right now and you sitting beside somebody that ain't your husband or your wife right now, you need to really be checking their motives. I know he sound good and smell good. I know she got my God. Come on, somebody. But what is the motive? The title is Restore My Conscience. I'm going somewhere, I promise you. The dictionary also it gives mankind the power. Talking about the motive. Conscience. It gives mankind the power of moral judgment. It appears some 31 times in the New Testament. God is saying something about the conscience, man. I'm telling you, I'm going somewhere. In his book, The Vanishing Conscience, Dr. John MacArthur, y'all know this is my guy, says the conscience entreats us to do what we believe is right and restrains us from doing what we believe is wrong. The conscience, y'all, listen to me, is not to be equated with the voice of God. It is a human faculty that judges our actions and thoughts by the light of the highest standard we perceive. Watch this. When we violate our conscience, it condemns us, triggers feelings of shame. Anguish when you violate your conscience. Now you're dealing with shame, anguish, regret, anxiety, disgrace, and even fear. Yeah. If you're dealing with any one of those right now, check your conscience. That's good. Yeah. When we follow our conscience, it commends us, bringing joy, serenity, self-respect, well-being, and gladness. Regardless of how it may seem at times, everyone in here has a conscience. One of my students said this morning that even when I was doing, I'm paraphrasing, what I was doing, I still knew God. Because I've been around the church. I was brought up in the church. And I was still doing what I was doing, but I also had God over there messing with me at the same time while I was doing what I'm doing. Am I talking to the right crowd so far? Okay. Oh my God. But why can some people do the things they do and have no shame, no guilt, or remorse for their actions? I'm going to say loud right there. Why can't we Christians take it up off the world? Take it up off your neighbor who don't know Christ. Because the Bible says judgment begins first in the house. God going to judge Christians before he judges the world. I can't get nobody to say nothing. So why is it, Christians? Oh my God, why is it, Christians, that we can do things and we feel no shame, no guilt, but our conscience is supposed to be alive? We're supposed to be sensitive to God. We the ones supposed to be walking in the Spirit. But why is it that we do things and we feel no shame about what we do? Why is it that we can come hear a word like this and go right out there, my God, and get it cracking and it don't even bother us? I'm talking to the right crowd. This is the state of the church right now. Some people have silenced. This is why we do this. Because some people have silenced their conscience. Now, I'm speaking from experience. I know what it's like to silence my conscience. As I was putting this together, I began to think about some of the things 20 plus years ago that I done. Things that I was happy about. You do stuff, you pour out a 40, smoke a blunt, and you celebrate. No shame, no guilt. All about you. Some of you are still right now in that mindset. No conscience, sitting in the church, speaking in tongues, and will do anything that the Bible tells you not to do. And don't feel no shame about doing it. And come right back to church like you ain't done nothing. Y'all know I come to help you. Joseph's brother had silenced their conscience long ago. But God was about to bring their conscience back to life. Joseph's brother sold him into to slavery. Sold him. So point number one, let's look at how a person's conscience is seared. Evaluate yourself right here, because I have to. Evaluate yourself. If you receive what the Spirit of God is saying, it will resurrect your conscience. And some of the things that you are doing that's causing you guilt, shame, remorse, condemning yourself, all this stuff will cease immediately. All you got to do is make a decision to stop doing it. Yeah. Some of you, my God, your flesh is so strong, you know you don't want to do it, but you do it anyway, and you feel so much shame after you do it. Driving from south side to north side, the Spirit of God is talking, speaking to your conscience, trying to get you to stop, trying to get you to turn around, trying to get you to go left and not right. Come on, somebody. And yet we harden our heart. That's what it means. And disregard the voice of God. God is giving us warnings. Don't go. Pending danger. Pending danger. Your conscience is your GPS. Pending danger. And yet, my God, we go to a place. God saying, don't go. And then something happened. And now you got something on you you can't get up off of you. God said, I tried to warn you, but you didn't want it. You wanted it more than you wanted me. You disregarded, my God, my voice as I spoke to your conscience. You know what you was doing. Then we get in trouble and say, God, why? How? What did this happen for? God said, I warned you 3 weeks ago that this was happening, but you hardened your... I told you yesterday that it was going. I gave you a dream about it, and yet you still chose to... Oh, yeah? We talking about restoring. Let's look at how a person's conscience gets seared. Talking about Joseph's brothers. They sold their brother and watched his captors haul him away. It must have tugged at their hearts when they lied to their father and saw the grief and anguish on his face. And as they lived with that grief year after year, it must have touched them on some level. But as time passed, church, the feelings of remorse and guilt were silent. See, what we try to do, we don't want to confront things that need to be confronted. And we just say, if we don't deal with it, it's going to go away. Yeah. But keep in mind, I set y'all up in an introduction. Delayed don't mean denied. 21 years later, knock, knock. The very thing that you tried to silence, the very thing you didn't want to confront. Oh my God, here it comes to mock you now. Here it comes for you to deal with, my God. See, some of us has buried some things. But God's going to resurrect it, because if he don't resurrect, especially to those, let me take it higher in ministry, if there's contamination on your life in the dark, if God don't deal with it now, when you get that platform, he's going to expose it. Oh, my God. And so, my God, you might as well go ahead and submit and let God deal with those areas, my God, that you know you're unhealthy at, because when you try to hit this platform, my God, now you're on display. Can you handle what you're asking God for? Is your life ready, my God, to handle what you asking God to take you? My God. And so, my God, I know they had to deal with some remorse and some guilt. Come on, they sold their own brother, Joseph. How many know, my God, I've preached this so many times, my God, from a different perspective, my God, but they sold Joseph in the purpose. I said they sold Joseph in the purpose. And my God, and Pastor Manny, as he introduced me to the church last night, he said, my God, here's a modern day Joseph standing before you that I'm getting ready to present. But his brothers, my God, what the enemy meant for bad, Joseph said in Genesis, God turned it around for good. Come on, somebody. And so they sold him into slavery. I sold him, my God, as his own brother, but they sold him in the purpose because God was working out his will, my God, through Joseph. Come on, somebody. He was getting Joseph in position, my God, to do just what he's doing now. Some of the things that you and I don't understand, my God, is all part of the plan. Those brothers shared their conscience. They came to a place where their hearts stopped speaking. Listen to me, church. They came to the place where their hearts, that's the mind, stopped speaking to them about their guilt. That's a dangerous place to be in. The Bible tells us that it is possible for a person to do just that. In 1 Timothy, write that down, 4:2. 1 Timothy 4:2 says, these people are hypocrites and liars, and their conscience are dead. This verse refers to people who have ignored their conscience to the point that it no longer speaks to them. That's a dangerous place to be in, where you feel no remorse, where you totally have hardened your heart and drowned out the conscience. Remember, the conscience helps you make sound decisions. The conscience will tell you, don't do that. Don't go over there. Don't get involved with that business partner. Don't do this and that. But when we get so used to, my God, turning our back, our heart in our heart, sooner or later, the very thing that God used to warn you no longer warns you. And now you left to your own perception. And there's a dangerous place to be in when God no longer deals with you because you have hardened your heart so much towards his voice to where he don't even take time to deal with you no more. See, people preach only one side of God. The Bible says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. The Bible also says in the book of Romans, my God, God will hand you over to yourself. God will hand you over. Let me bring it up spiritually to a reprobate mind. You want to do it your way? Then God said, I'm going to step all the way out the way. Now you do it, my God. I'll be right here, my God, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, when the world beats your butt up, my God, when you get knocked down, beat down, come on, somebody, then I'll be right here to love you. But God said, you don't have to go through all that if you just surrender. Why would you want to go through that level of pain, discouragement, guilt, and remorse when you don't have to? All because the flesh wants his way. We talking about resurrect or restore your conscience. Think about some of the things that you are dealing with right now. That if you had a listen to your conscience, that scar, that pain, that sickness, or even that disease, you would not even have. If you would have turned right instead of turned left. You pulled up in the driveway and still didn't get out. I'm trying to help what belongs to me. When we start to do something we know is wrong, y'all, the conscience tells us, write this word down, pull up. Pull up. When we know we're starting to do something wrong, the conscience says pull up. If we heed that voice and pull up, all will be well. If we ignore that voice, my God, and do as we please, watch this, church, we have begun the process of searing our conscience. It's a process. You and I don't get to the point overnight to where don't nothing matter to you or don't nothing affect you. It's a process. And the enemy is constantly shooting darts. The enemy is constantly trying to do everything he can for you to harden your heart towards your conscience. Trying to get you, my God, to do what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it. Because whenever you and I get to the point where our conscience no longer affects us, we are in a bad state. And I'm not talking to unsaved, I'm talking to the church. If we continue to ignore our eternal warning system, the conscience will eventually stop warning us at all. And you get so much in the habit of ignoring your conscience, going against your conscience. The Bible says anything that's not done in faith is sin. My God, when you do something you know you shouldn't be doing and you shouldn't be doing it and you do it anyway, the Bible said to him that is sin. When you go against your own self, you're in sin. That's why everybody needs to ask God every day to forgive you for sin. None of us, capital U-S on mine, is guilty. Not a part of sin. All of us have to deal with that. And so therefore, anytime you're doing anything that you know you shouldn't be doing, you're sinning against your own self. When you know this is not healthy for you, when you know you shouldn't be doing this, I'm trying to hammer it in, and you do it anyway, you are sinning against your own conscience. And you're making your conscience get harder and harder and harder to the voice of God. And at this day and time, not to be able to hear God's voice is terrifying for somebody like me. Oh my God! Not to be able to hear God's voice, boy, oh my God, oh baby. You feel me? See, for some of them, they don't understand that. But my God, for somebody to come up out of the muck, my God, and been through hell and been on death door, my God, been there, done that, seen that, to not to hear his voice, it's terrifying. See, some of y'all, that don't matter. Because see, you used to getting by halfway, living beneath who you are. But see, I'm a king, so therefore I operate like a king. And I got to stay on a certain standard, baby. And not to hear his voice is terrifying to me. Because I know what will happen if I don't hear his voice. I couldn't stand up here and preach at the level that God allowed me to preach, in the level of freedom that I preach, if I don't hear his voice. Because I will have contamination on my life. I will find myself back involved in stuff that I shouldn't have been involved in. So I got to stay free. I got to hear his voice. Oh my God, your life depends on it. Let me take it deeper. Your children and grandchildren depends on it. You hearing God's voice. Put point number 2 up there. I'm watching the time. Now I done laid that, and now let me go ahead and go a little deeper. How many of y'all this is helping so far? Be honest. Come on, put your hands down one more time. If this is helping you, let me see your hand. Is this okay, y'all? Okay. Amen. Point number 2. Now God sent Joseph's brothers, my God, to where he was at because they had buried a heart in their conscience. But God is getting ready to restore. That's why I call it restore their conscience. But guess what God uses to restore your conscience? He calls a famine. Because now 21 years has come, and now it's time for you to pay the piper. Now it's time for you to give your brother what you owe him. Come on, somebody. And so therefore, the only way I can get this done, I got to send a famine. So why is it that every time a trial comes, we freak out? God will stir up stuff for a purpose. He allowed a famine to hit the world just so he can reconnect his brothers with their brother that they lied about, so that he can execute his will for centuries on down the line. Oh my God, that's where you get the 12 tribes from Jacob. The 12 tribes come from these 12 brothers. See, God was executing, I can go deep with it, woman of God, his will. But he used a famine to do it. He used a famine to stir up a dead conscience. He used a famine to reconnect. Oh my God, brothers that was lost over 21 years, no relationship, no covenant, my God, no inner reaction, my God. Oh my God, he couldn't text him, my God, he couldn't email him, my God. None of that stuff, 21 years. God said, the only way it's going to happen, I got to create a famine and allow them to leave there and go to him. Because their conscience is so hard and they so powerful, they ain't going to go. But I'm going to force them to go. There's some things, my God, that you don't want to deal with. God going to force you to have to deal with them. Oh, there's some people you don't want to reconnect with. God going to force you to have to connect with them. There's some people that you don't want to forgive. God going to force you to have to forgive them. My God, hey! There's some... And even if you got to use a famine to do it. Okay. Oh, my God. The brothers of Joseph have allowed their hearts to become hard. They have seared their conscience and have ceased to feel. Ooh, you know, some of my gangsters. Can you remember what it's like to be numb? Ooh, Dirty Dash, can you remember what it's like to be numb? Do you remember what it's like to pop that thing, my God, that don't bother you at all? Can you remember? I'm coming over, I'm trying to come down your way, baby. When you lose all feeling, Shabbat, well, don't let it affect you no more. Oh my God, do you remember what it was like? I can think about some of the things I did to my wife when I was strung out on that dope. My God, I was numb. Did nothing matter. Oh my God. Oh my God, did nothing. I had no feeling. Oh my God, I was a zombie. Oh, but God, that's why I love God like I love God, because he gave me back my feeling. But think about when you lose your feeling. And I'm not just talking to the men. Anybody that got breath in their body, you a gangster because you're dealing with S-I-N.
Come on now. That's right.
Think about it. Think about what the drugs will do to you. Think about what the alcohol bottle has done. Think about what that woman that walked by. Come on, the enemy ain't going to sing you nothing you don't like. Think about how your heart and your voice, you know it was wrong, but you kept doing it anyway. Come on, I'm talking. So, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about Christians.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about Christians in the church. No feeling. Allow you and look in your face like they ain't done nothing. Steal from you, take your money, won't give your money back. Come on, lie on you, hate on you, talk about the wife. Oh my God, no feeling. Christians.
Yes, Lord.
In the church.
God, my God.
Why do you get there? No conscience.
Help God.
That's why you got somebody that can walk up into the church house and kill 25 plus however many. No conscience. Oh my God. But God said, I'm coming after my children because I love them so much. So I'm willing to send a famine. I'll let your butt starve to death to get your attention. I'm going to force you to come up out of your mess. I'm going to force you to come face to face, my God, with what you need to come face to face with. People are waiting on you, my God. They need you to operate in your purpose and discover who you are. I can't allow you to stay in this sickness. I can't allow you to live beneath who you are. You got to come up, baby. Write this down up on the point number 2A. God uses problems to stir them. Let's look at this right quick. I'm watching the time. How he stirred their conscience. Remember this point number 1, their conscience was seared, meaning dead. Now God is getting ready to stir up their brother's conscience. And he uses problems. God got some of you right where he wants you. Oh, you're dealing with problems because God's trying to get you to feel again. Some of you, my God, you got so many walls up. Thank you, Holy Ghost. I'm trying to feel. Oh, my God. Some of you, even men and women, you got so many walls up because you feel walls represents protection. It keeps the enemy out, but also, too, our walls keep us in. The walls are supposed to protect, but some of us have built walls up, fortress, my God, and we in our own prison. We thought we was keeping the enemy out, but we was keeping us in, my God. Y'all missed that? We thought we was keeping the enemy out. That's why we put walls up. But all we did is imprison our own self because we built walls up. Come on, somebody. Hey, somebody missed that. I said you built walls up to keep the enemy out, but you built the wall up to keep you in prison. The problem God used to awaken the dead conscience of these men was worldwide. Genesis 41:57, and people from all around came to Egypt to buy grain from Joseph because a famine was severe throughout the world. These men would have never had a reason to go to Egypt otherwise. What I'm trying to say is, I'll slow down. If it weren't for the famine, they would have stayed where they was at. With a hard heart. What is God saying? Thank you, Holy Spirit. God bought some of you that's not even members of this church here today because he's trying to stir up your conscience. It ain't no coincidence, man, of God, that you're hearing this word today. Some of you women, it ain't no coincidence that you came to hear just this word because you don't feel no more. You have numbed yourself. You have accepted him doing you like that. You have accepted the abuse. You accept the verbal abuse. You accept it. You accept it. You accept it. You live beneath who you are. God is trying to awaken that. That's why we got to be ready, Pastor. Because when women start making decisions that they ain't taking it no more, them same men go like, who is this pastor? Who is this church? Who is this man interrupting what I got going on? See, the devil is mad. And that's why I need my men. I said, that's why I need my men to start paying attention and know what you connected to, because the devil's upset, my God. When the God started using me, my God, to help his daughters, my God, these men is upset with me. Oh, my God, y'all need to stay with me. That's why we watching. That's why we win paying attention, my God. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. That's what I'm talking about warfare. Hey, my God, y'all need to understand what you're connected to. Who is my sons in this church? Do you love me enough to protect me, my God? We do a good battle for the Lord, my God. The enemy is mad, Kenny. Oh, that spoke to y'all. I see it. I'm no longer accepting this no more. Who is this pastor? What is, I know Juju. I know where he come from. What is he talking about? That ain't what the Bible say. Oh, my God. Y'all know all that mess. Come on, somebody. spiritual warfare. Because the enemy no longer have a stronghold on you because you're coming to your senses. God is stirring up your conscience. You're no longer accepting that mess no more, my God. And now they don't like it. So now they're starting to attack me. My God. Ain't never had a reason to. Real talk. Write down B up on the point number 2. And I'm going to get you out of here. God uses people. Uh-oh. When your conscience is dead, God uses people like a young radical pastor like me to stir up your conscience. His brothers headed out to Egypt. Their father refused to allow them to take Benjamin, which is the youngest baby, with them. Jacob's words in verse 4, this is what he said. But Jacob wouldn't let Joseph's younger brother Benjamin go with them, for fear some harm might come to him. What Joseph was really saying was, what Jacob was really saying is that he really didn't believe, and this to kind of help with the story, that they told him that they told Jacob that Joseph was killed. So that really didn't sit right with Jacob. So all these years, Jacob said, you know what, I'm going to send y'all down there, but I'm leaving my baby. Because see, Benjamin was the favorite. He was the last one of the 12, and just therefore he was favored. He was favored. So Jacob was like, no, I ain't sending my baby down there with y'all. I don't believe what y'all said, no way. I'm missing my brother Joseph anyway. Joseph was favored too, though. He made a beautiful robe for him and everything. You know, this man was going through a cold mental battle, man, behind his son. Not knowing, my God, he ain't got no remains or nothing. His son just gone. Left the house one day, now he gone. Ooh, my God. Ooh. My baby went to school one morning, and now they strung out. Just out of nowhere. My baby gone. Out of nowhere, he left. She left. They fired me. They stole my car. Out of nowhere. It's called suddenly. Are you prepared for the suddenly in your life? Are you prepared when the enemy strike and start taking stuff and snatching stuff? My God, will you stay anchored or will you fall off the cliff and commit suicide? Ooh, my God. So God will use people. God will use people. God will use people. God will use people. As I told y'all last week, how my secretary, Kim, who we didn't really get along, my God, back at Greenwood when I was at Greenwood, but she was part of the plan. Some of the same people, my God, it's a thorn in your side. Oh, my God, some of the same people, my God, that you don't like, you can't stand. Yeah. They get on your nerves. My God, but God is trying to get you to feel again, Christians. Because you know what? The Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself. How is it that we're going to be a Christian and we know, my God, that she ain't doing good? We got what she need, but we won't give it to her. God said, you know what? That saying, I ain't going to give it to her because I don't like Yolanda. Yeah. But God said, you know what? I'm going to keep letting Yolanda be a thorn in your side because I'm trying to get you to feel again. I'm trying to get you to love again. Christians, God uses people, the very people that you don't think that God going to use is the very people that God going to use. Whoever would have thought that God was sending your, ooh, my God, Valerie, when you was braiding my hair at Edison High School, my God, when you was holding my money, my God, that dope money and all of those stuff, whoever thought, she said, whoever thought Juju would be my pastor? Dirty Dash, brother-in-law, whoever would have thought you be sitting in the ministry that God birthed through me. See, I'm trying to get that to understand. But God will use people. Your enemy is not a human being. I know human beings, my God, can cause us some hell, but you got to understand, the word of God said we wrestle not against flesh and blood. My battle ain't with Odetta. My God, see, we lose focus, my God, because we think the battle's about her. It ain't about her. My God, God will send people in your life because he's trying to stir you up, my God, for work. He's trying to get this up out of you because where you going, if you don't deal with it, it's going to affect you, my God. And the longer you deny it, and the longer you shun, and the longer you harden your heart to it, my God, you're going to stay in bondage, my God. But if you repent and let go, you move it on to another season in your life. Some of you are stuck in season that you should have been out of by now, but you won't let it go. You're mishandling the things that God is trying to use to help you. You're pushing people away that God brought in your life to help you. You're stiff-arming people. You're stiff-arming people, my God, that God brought in your life to help you. Quit stiff-arming people that God brought to your life to help you. I know I don't look like the traditional pastor, but God brought you here for me to help you because I'm free and he wants you free. I said, I'm free and he wants you free. Just accept it and quit hating on it. Just accept it and quit hating on it. Has anybody got free because they've been connected to me? Hey, I said, is anybody free in this church? It ain't no coincidence. God brought you here for a reason. It's the reason why Mignon said you got to get to Pastor Juju. She didn't know the plan, but she knew God had through me what you needed, baby. I wonder what you'll be doing now. I wonder where you'll be at now. God's ways don't look like your ways. Let me give y'all this one more. I'm watching the time. God uses problems. God uses people. Uh-oh, here go one, Tony. And God uses pain. If he allowed you to continue to function, thank you, Holy Ghost. Whatever happened, oh my God, whatever happened, woman of God, I don't know and I don't care. But it ain't nothing but a trick of the enemy to try to keep you in bondage. One of the greatest weapons that the enemy uses is offenses. If he can get you offended, that'll keep you from coming to the church. If he can get you coming to this church looking at everybody else, then you ain't getting what you need. It's a trick of the enemy. Are you listening to me? Shake it off and keep pushing, baby, because you got a plan. God got a plan for your life. Don't let that, thank you, Holy Ghost. Don't let that get, I don't know what it is. Don't care. Get it up off for you, woman of God. So you can get what you need. God brought you here for a reason. Don't let the enemy push you out over something petty. Don't lose your purpose behind some petty woman of God. Stand up and be a woman of God. Hey, my God, don't let that stuff get on you. I don't come with it. I don't want to know. I ain't got time to meet with you, woman of God. Oh, my God, stand up and get it done. Hey, come on, give God some glory. Come on, give him some glory. Got time to meet with you. I ain't got time for all that stuff. Why should the work stop, my God? Turn on a great work. All them old offensive, like petty stuff, man. I ain't got time for all that. I'm a king. I ain't got time for that mess. Oh my God. Let me give y'all this last one so I can get out of here. I got a date with my dime. Come on, dirty dads. Check out time. It's check out time. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Y'all better ask somebody, baby. Check out time. Come on, Sherry. I'm free, baby. Hey! Oh, my God. Yeah, Pastor Champ, I got it. I'm going to give y'all this last one. We're going to get out of here because the Spirit of God is finna release me on this one right here. Thank you, Lord. Nobody got time for that. Get free. I'm talking to everybody in here. Lay that stuff down. Because all bitterness and unforgiveness and fist to do, all I do is harden your heart. It hardens your conscience. Ain't nothing but a trick of the enemy. I'm telling y'all. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. Lay that stuff down. Don't walk up out of it with that mess. Lay that stuff down. That's what the story's about. 21 years later, you got to deal with that mess. Lay that stuff down, man. People waiting on you and need you. I need you. My wife needs you. Your children and grandchildren need you. You ain't got time for all that stuff. Oh, my God. So God will use pain. When they are accused, I'm at Joseph's brother, when they are accused of being spies, for the sake of time, they tried to defend themselves. You can read that in Genesis 42, 10 through 14. How come when we're guilty, we always trying to offend us? My wife told him, she said, you shouldn't even say nothing. Why? Jew. Ooh, Lord, I thank you for freedom. Dirty. Let me close it. My God, this is what their brother said. No, my Lord, they exclaimed, your servants has simply come to buy food. We are all brothers, members of the same, watch this. We are all brothers, this is why I close. Members of the same family. We are honest men, sir. We are not spies. Stay with me. Yes, you are. This is Joseph. He already know who they are. He know that them is my brothers. But look how he treating them. Like I told you earlier, they had the upper levels. They sold him. Now he's in the throne. He went through a series of trial, pit to the prison to palace, and now he's the second in command. He's the governor. And now his brothers has come to him because but it was all part of God's plan. But one thing about the story of Joseph, he never got bitter. He never walked in unforgiveness, the Bible said. He never complained. It was a series of events that took place that were preparing him for where he was going and where he's at right now. But he said, you are. Joseph said, you are. Joseph insisted, you have come to see how vulnerable our land has become. His brother said, sir, they said, there are actually 12 of us. There's actually 12. There's actually, he didn't say 11, he didn't say 9, Don, he said 12. You see, it's in the Bible. There's actually 12 of us. That's where you get the 12 tribes from. The 12 patriarchs. I can go deeper with it. The vision over here is in the Bible. God built the world and touched the world through 12 disciples. Old Testament, Jacob's sons was the 12. New Testament, he picked 12 disciples. It's all through the Bible. Government, 12 people govern the church, govern the affairs of the king. Govern the affairs of the kingdom. Oh, 12 people. All God needed 12 people killed to govern the affairs of the kingdom. He used 12 disciples to take care of the kingdom. Oh my God, the Bible says in the book of Acts, he suffered persecution and the gospel scattered. That's how he began to, oh my God, affect the world with the gospel in the New Testament. He suffered persecution so that the Christians, because they was all in a located area, and he suffered persecution, baby, and the word scattered. The disciples went to and fro. That was God's divine strategy. Oh my God, I'm closing to spread the gospel. So that pain that you're dealing with right now, God is trying to awaken your conscience, because we have become so numb to the pain where we have just accepted that it just is what it is. It's just a way of life. It's just my plot in life. I guess I got to go through. My mama went through it, so my great-grandma went through it. I just got to go through it. Everybody else was molested, so I guess I'm supposed to be molested. Everybody else, come on, somebody. It's just the way it is in my family bloodline. Watch this as I close. So they said we are actually 12 of us. We, your servants. Now we your servants. But we sold you earlier. But it's part of the plan. All brothers, son of a man living in the land of Canaan. Our youngest brother is back there with the father right now. And one of our brothers, watch this. And one of our brothers is no longer with us. Now keep in mind, church, to make y'all understand so I didn't lose y'all. They are talking to the brother that they are saying is no longer with us. And don't even realize it. But Joseph realized who he talking to. God can hide. Bishop Jones, I love Bishop Harold Wayne Jones. Ooh, are you listening to me? Bishop Jones said God would hide you before he show you. Ooh, God would hide you. Some of y'all, he's hiding you. Because it ain't time for him to show you. Amen. Ooh, he got you on, my God. He brought you over here to hide you. Yeah, he brought you over here to hide you. Because when he get ready to show you, my God, he'll be like, my God, where did she come from? I thought something happened. I thought she moved out of state. No, she was over here getting trained. She was over here getting discipled. She was over here encountering Christ and not encountering church. Oh, my God, where's Barry at? Where's Trinset at, my God? Over here. Where's Dirty Dimes? Where they go? He getting prepared to do battle in the kingdom. Instead of doing battle for the set, now we're doing battle for Christ. You flamed up, but you ain't banging. See what I'm trying to say? We banging for Christ now. Oh my God, you got some of you here. If God ever remove his hedge, you and I will die. The enemy been trying to kill all of us. If God ever remove his hedge, we will die. Some of you have been really praying for your children. Like me and my wife pray for my son. But as my grandma, Callie West, would tell God when I was in my mess, God, whatever you do, don't let the devil kill him. Yeah. Even in the midst of my greatest struggle, dirty days, God had me here. Because in me, when I was sick, was what you see today. Yeah. In you is something that you haven't even tapped into. Discipleship 1. In you is something that the world needs. So, woman of God, I got you. Because that which is in you is precious. Oh my God, and God loves you enough to. Oh my God. Oh, it's the reason why, Jill. Some of you, God has brought you going off for Christ because you need to be delivered. And it takes one to reach one. That situation that should have took you out. When you find yourself wanting to quit, get up in your living room and just Kenya. When God said, Mama, come on home. But you didn't go back to that life. Tanya, everything you've been through, even since you've been hurt.
My God. Yes, Lord.
And when your head's in, it keeps contamination off of your life. Restore my conscience, God. Lord, I want to feel again. God, I want to love again. I want to have the joy of reading my word again. Lord, I could come to 6 o'clock prayer, but I've lost my desire to pray. God, help me to love my husband. Help me to love my wife like I'm supposed to love my wife. Give me the heart to feel again. Help me to believe. I don't even believe no more. Help me to have some faith in some of the leaders in churches, my God. God, help me, God. Ooh. Restore my conscience. Help me to love again. I put my dream on the shelf. I used to have a lot of zest for life. I no longer care no more. I don't even care if we make it. If we divorce, we divorce. It is what it is. If my children never talk to me again, I don't care no more. Help me feel again. If I make it, I make it. So what? If I die, I die. Ain't nobody gonna miss me if I pull the trigger, no way. I gave him my all. He said he would never leave me. I kept myself for 23 years, and when I finally let him in, he left me after he got what he wanted. I got a lot of pain in my heart right now. You should be at the altar. I'm struggling about this marriage. You should be at the altar. Oh my God. I really don't have a conscience no more. I don't feel no more. I don't care no more. I really don't read my Bible no more. Oh, I talk to him like he a dog. I talk to her like she a dog. My God, I treat my kids. My God, I put me in before my kids. I won't watch my grandkids. Come on, I'm talking to somebody.